everybody, welcome to everybody here live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook and we're live on X. Well, what they're saying anyway. Welcome anyway to the predictions of WWE Survivor Series. Yeah, that is this Sunday, peeps. And yeah, so anyway, welcome to the show for everybody's new. I am Jan-Jaap Abbink. I am working as reporting for JJ Sports Studio, and we're going to do the predictions for Survivor Series. That is this coming this week, this Saturday. Peeps, I'm excited for Survivor. I grew up with Survivor Series. Actually, the old style, when you have the just checking because I have a message that should not be live on Facebook. Hold on. No, hold on. We have a little error on Facebook. We're trying to see if we can get that done. If not, then yeah. Now, anyway, it's not working currently on Facebook, even though we're sending. Anyway, so it's live on X and YouTube as we speak. Well, welcome to the stream, everybody. We're going to do, if you're watching on YouTube, you can be along in the chat as we speak. So if you want to have any do your predictions along, you're welcome to do so. I know there probably won't be so much watching because there is Thanksgiving in the United States, so it will be a bare minimum. But we can always watch this on demand, can't we? That's the nice thing with YouTube. So yeah. So let's start with the predictions. The first match, what I'm taking is the women's war game match. AJ Lee, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley versus Asuka, Becky Lynch, Kairi Sane, Les Legend and Nia Jax. And I'm not going to give out spoilers, but I know who the advantage have. My prediction goes out to Team AJ Lee. So AJ Lee, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley is going to win this match. I think it's because at the current time, AJ Lee is a favorite. It makes sense that this team wins. But the problem with this match is, as what I had a little bit issue with, is just thrown together out of nowhere, and that I hate with these kind of matches. I'm still such a type. Do a stipulation match because when the story is needed, not just throw it out. Oh, it's now Survivor Series. We have to do a war game match. That's the problem. I found messy how this storyline has built up, so that's a little bit hard to pick sometimes. But I think all still several are needed to go one-on-one matches. It is just a hypothetical. That's always a problem being with Survivor Series. You also had that with when the elimination matches they were thrown together. But that had something, because it was so classical, and being that sad. So, but my prediction goes to AJ Lee, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. All right, the next match is the Intercontinental Championship. Now we're going to get a return in this match for my predictions. We're going to get John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio. And I think John Cena won the Intercontinental Champion. He's a grand champion. That's great. but there will be a little bit shenanigans in this match, and my prediction: Dominic Mysterio will get a victory, and it won't be a clean victory. We'll see the return of Liv Morgan. That is my prediction. She is already training a long time in the performance center from WWE. She's doing very well. It would make sense to make her return so she can slowly build up for her return at the Royal Rumble. Start the storyline with the Judgment Day. So this with Perez and stuff, it would make sense because we still suspect that Dominic is still, dating Liv Morgan. What's of course we know is a storyline, but you know what I'm saying, right? So I think in that way that Dominic will win. Dominic is more need to be a champion. John Cena is there, in his last phase of his tournament. He doesn't need the Intercontinental Champion. It doesn't make it anything bigger of him. It is a nice moment, absolutely. I agree on that, but the title doesn't bring any of it. It doesn't make him any bigger because John Cena is that big. And in that way, John Cena can also put over Dominic Mysterio, what will help him in the near future to build him up further. Dominic Mysterio, I believe, is having a great future ahead of him. He's young. He is a perfect heel, but also slowly getting over actually now with the audience. He gets more cheers than boos. I can remember when he was booed out of the building, but now he is so over. He gets sometimes even pops. That's amazing. So, that's why. All right, the Women's World Championship match. Stephanie Wacker versus Nikki Bella. Well, that's easy peasy. Nikki Bella is actually there the same. She made a return. She is, on full... she's back on full agenda. She's not part-time as some claim to be. That she's definitely not. But I don't see her getting a title run. I don't think she even needed at this point. I think Nikki Bella is there more to put over wrestlers. What we do get is also there in return or comeback from Brie Bella, and that goes wrong. But you think Brie Bella helps Nikki Bella, but she turns on her sister, and eventually on the road, they reunite, maybe have a women's tag team championship run. That's longer. That you can always do, but let those sisters have maybe a feud. Why not? You know what I mean? It can be very interesting to see that. The first time we had a feud, that was really lackluster. It didn't make much sense. I think they dropped the ball on with WWE. So let them have it that way. So in that way, my pick goes to Stephanie Wacker to retain the title. All right, and then the War Game match, the main event, the men's War Game match: Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre, and Logan Paul versus CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Jim Uso, and Roman Reigns. If I pick this, I'm going with the team of Brock Lesnar, and why? Well, if I look at whole the CM Punk team, right? CM Punk, he is the world champion, but he really doesn't need. He's over. He is there. He doesn't need his victory. Same goes for Cody Rhodes, Jey and Jimmy Uso, maybe, but I don't think so. And Roman Reigns, after the Survivor Series, he'd go back doing nothing until the time it's the Royal Rumble. He's a part-timer, and whether he loses or wins, it doesn't matter either. at this current time. But on the other team, the heel team, you have Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, who I see have a phenomenal future ahead of themselves. They're still young. They need to be pushed. They need this big push. So to let them win this Survivor Series War Games match will push them a lot to the main event scene. And I think Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed has that ability, especially Braun Breaker, to come along in the main event. Logan Paul is still also there. He is a good eye catcher. Definitely, a lot of people hate him, but think about this way: with all his social media connections, you can bring in a lot of new fans for WWE. So that's also important in that way to let them win. So the choice is very clear to let the team of Brock Lesnar win. I'm wondering how Brock Lesnar will do, because Brock Lesnar is not a team player. He's definitely not. So that's going to be interesting. That can be downfall for the heel team, but I doubt it severely if that goes wrong. I don't. I think there's no more ascension in that team of Paul Heyman to get them over. I think the team is. I think what WWE should do. The problem was they kicked out Seth Rollins because he was injured. He had a legitimate injury, and so they had to get rid of him, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense. Now, the problem now you're facing is, of course, is are they going further as a tag team or as a stable? But then you have to put the stable on. I don't think Drew McIntyre will stay with them. Neither Logan Paul. It would not make sense to put him to the stable. Drew doesn't need it. He's on SmackDown. Let him do his thing, and his storyline of being suspended, and he has a feud going on with Cody. Logan Paul is on Raw. He does well on his own. He doesn't need also to be in this stable. So let them go for a tag team, maybe even tag team champions, build them and then slowly up, and then slowly go for the singles gold. Definitely Braun Breaker, I see in that way. I mean, if you look at Braun Breaker, he has also the build of a true wrestler. He has the perfect build for that. So that makes sense that Braun Breaker has a great future ahead of him. Bronson Reed, I had a little bit of my doubts, but the guy, for his size, he's phenomenal. He can bring it all. So there is also something there. So these are the predictions. Only 4 matches there in San Diego. I find always a little bit for the ticket prices. WWE is counting a little bit less. I think WWE should do something. If you have so high the ticket prices. Only deliver 4 matches. The case is, of course, these war game matches go way over an hour always, so they already booked. And then you have John Cena, Mysterio, and Stephanie Walker versus Nikki. And WWE doesn't do any more squash matches on pay-per-view, so the match card is filled. That I can understand. Normally it's 5 matches. But still, I mean, of course, there's a lot of people complaining that AEW is too long. There you sit with another situation. Of course, the ticket of the price you have to pay for a pay-per-view is pretty high. I have nothing complained about that. I mean, but if you go to a WWE show and you have to pay $11,000 for a ticket, I'm sorry, but then 4 matches, I would feel screwed, and that's just my opinion. I have nothing against WWE, definitely not. Being that said, peeps, these are my predictions. I'm actually curious what you think, what your predictions are. I always like to read them. Put them in the comments. What you think, what your predictions are in the near future. I apologize for Facebook. I don't know what I went wrong. It would not for some reason. So anyway, um, for being that said, if you're watching, I will do quickly some plugs. If you're watching, so if you want to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/JJ Sports Studio. Don't forget to follow us there for the latest pro wrestling news. If you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/JJ LiveTube, you can see a lot of wrestling clips. We do a lot of shorts lately with the latest news. Also, we collaborate now with JTA Live, JTA On Demand, where you can see a lot of gaming also now on this channel. So that's going a lot on. Also, we are on X, on x.com on handle name JTA Sports Studio. You can find the latest news there. Don't forget to follow us there. Are we anywhere else? And instagram.com/JTA Sports Studio with also the latest news. Thank you for tuning in. I'm always here to hear you guys think about the predictions from your side. Have for those in the US, have a great Thanksgiving, or if you watch this after Thanksgiving, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And being that said, yeah, take care. Have a great Survivor Series. I'll be back on Tuesday. Take care and see you then. Bye now, peeps. Bye.